Hey and welcome to our knitting channel. Today we're gonna do a wool hat. You're gonna start with casting on stitches. On the top here you can see how many stitches you need for each size. We're gonna do 2 knits and 2 purls. So we're gonna start with knitting 2. And then you're gonna do 2 purls. If you're a little unsure about the techniques, make sure you see our video how to knit and how to purl. We are knitting on stocking needles, which is 5 needles in total, but on the 4 needles we need stitches. See in the top how many stitches you need on each needle. Now you can see how it looks like when the 4 needles is in play with all the stitches. And we can start our knitting project. We're just about to knit off the 5th needle, like so. Before you use the 5th needle again, you need to knit 2 stitches on the 4th needle to make sure that the joints between the needles don't get loose stitches. In the top you can see how many rows you have to knit to do the base of your hat. We're going to jump a bit forward so you have been knitting more rows like this. In this hat I've used 2 yarn wrenches, and this is where I collected it. We're about to start the top of the hat and close off some stitches. So we're gonna close off purl stitches. We're gonna gather the pearls. This is the pearls we need to gather. We're gonna gather all the pearls all the way around our knitting project. Take the 2 purl stitches onto your needle, make a purl, and then take it off your needle. Do the same thing to all the purl stitches all the way around your project. When you gathered all your pearls, you need to gather 1 knit and 1 purl. So you see we have 1 purl left and we have a knit we have to gather. We're going to gather them in a knit. So before we took it in from this side, but we're going to take it as a knit. So 2 stitches on and then you gathered the purl and the knit. Continue. We're just going to loosen up the stitches because they can be quite tight. Now we collected all the purl and knit, and now we're going to gather every second stitch. So we're going to take 2 stitches, just like before, onto our needle and do a knit. This you have to do with every second stitch. Then you do a normal knit, and then you take 2 stitches onto your needle and gather them in a knit. You have to continue this until you have 2 stitches on each needle. That's 8 stitches left, and you can see we have a nice rounded edge on the hat. As you can see now, we have 2 stitches on each needle. You're going to break off the yarn because we're about to close off our project. There's a lot of needles right now, so be patient. It will make sense. In the final needle you can see the technique a bit better, but you're gonna take in the yarn on the stitch and then you're gonna take it off the needle. Have patience because there's a lot of needles right now and it is going to be better. So we're taking in the yarn on the stitch and then you're gonna take it off the needle. So take the yarn into the stitch, like so, and then you take the needle off. Please leave a comment with the knitting project you would like to do next. we're down to the final needle. You take the yarn into the stitch, take the stitch off the needle, take the yarn into the stitch and take off the needle.